Hello you guys and welcome to my channel. I'm so excited to have you here. So in today's video, you're going to be doing another MLM fails. I feel like I've had a lot of these lately, but it's been my goal to start uploading them a bit more as I collect things that y'all send me. So in today's video, we are going to do mostly like Beachbody related MLM fails. And as you guys know, they did do a name change. They are now called Bodi, B-O-D-I, but just based on like myself, I can't get myself to just say body. So I may interchange the words Beachbody, body. In general, they are the same thing. They're the same company, but Beachbody is the word that most people know of. Most people don't know of them being called Body, so I do still call them Beachbody, and when I post them in like the title and stuff, I still say Beachbody. So yeah, today's first fail starts off with Beachbody's email list. So a subscriber sent me these a while ago. So a subscriber of mine decided to officially leave Beachbody. So congrats to them. She actually started to receive email after email after email from Beachbody trying to get her to join again and like start buying their products once again. So she decided to send me the emails. So let's see what kind of promoting Beachbody does in order to stay connected with their reps after they leave. So the first email says, "Hi blank, my name is Carl and I am the CEO of Bodi, but my preferred title is Chief Health Esteem Officer because we really do care about helping people like you build up positive health esteem. I just noticed that you canceled your Shakeology subscription, so I wanted to reach out because I think I know why you don't like the taste of Shakeology. This might actually surprise you. The reason we found some customers don't like the taste of Shakeology is because the very first flavor they try is actually the wrong one for their taste buds. It's really simple. You see, all of us have different tastes depending on what our taste buds like and don't like. And if you are someone who likes light flavors but try something with strong flavors, you're going to hate it, and vice versa. I can see here what you bought previously was vanilla. So that's probably where things went wrong. Your taste buds are actually looking for the opposite flavor profile. So before you call it quits for good, I recommend trying a new flavor instead. You will enjoy the taste more. It will be a better match for your taste buds, and we can give you tons of recipes so you can make it just the way you like it. We'll make it easy for you to give this new flavor a shot. Click here to order a combo pack. That way you can try multiple flavors at once to find your favorite. Because if there's one thing we know for sure, it's that when someone finds the right flavor of Shakeology for their taste buds, they're hooked. After all, there's a reason we call Shakeology a superfood dessert, and we just want to make sure you have that experience. All the best, Carl." Is it just me or like, is that the weirdest thing you've ever read before? Because that was like the weirdest email I've ever read in my life. Now, does Shakeology have a specific taste to it? Yes, I will say that it does. If you don't like stevia or things with like a bad aftertaste, no matter what flavor you try, in my personal opinion, with my taste buds, feel like it has a really bad aftertaste. It reminds me of a product that has like a lot of stevia in it, where stevia is used to sweeten things without using just like table sugar. But by doing that, it has like a nasty aftertaste where normal sugar does not have like that nasty aftertaste, in my opinion. So I feel like a lot of people don't like Shakeology because of that. It just doesn't taste good to them. And I feel like, yes, you may not like one flavor and you may want a different flavor, but it's just weird that the way that they're coming at the email, like, it's your taste buds, they're wrong, and that product was wrong for your taste buds. And on the flip side of that, most people probably cancel their Shakeology because of the price. Shakeology is extremely pricey. It costs $129 for a 30-day supply. So they actually, most of the time for Shakeology, will put you on a monthly subscription. And if you ever buy Shakeology, they automatically put you on a monthly subscription. So every month you are charged $129. That's a lot. So even if someone does like the taste of the product, they may not be able to afford something that's $129 every single month. I feel like that may be a bigger reason why people continue to not purchase it. Now, after 3 days, so 3 days later, she gets another email. This person never responded to that first email, and this is the email that she gets a couple days later. It starts off the same way. It says, "Hi blank, my name is Carl and I'm the CEO of Bodi, but my preferred title is Chief Health Esteem Officer because we really do care about helping people like you build up positive health esteem. I just noticed you canceled your Shakeology subscription, so I wanted to reach out in case the cost of Shakeology is holding you back. This might surprise you, but a lot of people say Shakeology is expensive. That does not surprise me. That does not surprise me at all. And the reason is because they're comparing it to other protein powders, which is a mistake because that's not what Shakeology is. And I just wanted to make sure that you knew that. See, Shakeology is a superfood dessert. Do you have a sweet tooth? What's your favorite go-to? Ice cream, candy, and iced mocha frappuccino with caramel? When we created Shakeology, our goal wasn't to create another protein powder. The world doesn't need more of that. Our goal was to create a delicious, creamy, vegan and non-vegan superfood dessert that replaced your daily sweet treat indulgence with something healthy, which is why our motto is eat more dessert. Because if your dessert is Shakeology, then you can eat dessert every day since it's actually good for you. Here's what Shakeology customers love about superfood desserts. Replacing your sweet treat with a superfood dessert can have a bigger impact on your health than even working out. It's loaded with healthy vitamins and nutrients, and with 1,000+ recipes, we can help you make it taste even more delicious than a pint of your favorite ice cream. I don't agree. So the real question is, what's your budget for being able to eat dessert every single day without feeling bad or guilty about it and it actually being good for you? I have a couple things to say. First off, Shakeology is expensive, and trying to sell people on the price by saying, oh, but it's a superfood dessert does not make the $130 a month better. I feel like that's still very, very expensive. I also think there are ways for people, if you are someone that is at home and you want to make desserts, maybe you have an allergy, you're like me, I'm gluten-free, I have an allergy to gluten, and because of that, sometimes I have to make, desserts at home. It's very hard to find desserts not at home, like going other places. So there are ways to make desserts at home that maybe have less calories in them if you're trying to hit a certain calorie intake, or maybe have better ingredients or ingredients that will fulfill your allergy. But with that, you can do that and you can make those desserts at home for way cheaper, in my opinion, than $130 a month. That's a lot of money. Plus, those of you guys who do want to make, say, protein balls or anything like that, I know a lot of people who make those. You can just go get a protein powder at Target or Walmart that is $30 versus $130. So I feel like just because Shakeology is more expensive does not make it better than another shake powder that could be out there. Also, personally, by looking at Shakeology itself, it does replicate a protein powder. And a protein powder, again, you can find for way cheaper than that, and maybe some that taste better depending on your preference. Now, the second thing that I kind of want to cover with this email is I've always had a problem with the way Beachbody says things. For example, in this email, them saying, quote, because if your dessert is Shakeology, then you can eat dessert every day since it's actually good for you, end quote. Or them saying, quote, what's your budget for being able to eat dessert every day without feeling guilty or bad about it and it actually being good for you, end quote. So this is inherently them saying that you should not eat dessert like ever. You should not just be able to go get a piece of cake, a cookie, an Oreo, and that you should feel guilty and you should feel bad for being someone that goes to have a slice of cake or a piece of candy when there is nothing wrong with someone having a slice of cake or a piece of candy. I also feel there are ways to incorporate dessert into your life without feeling guilty for having that dessert. I think I'm just sick of Beachbody, like seeing Beachbody find ways to make people feel guilty or shameful for choosing to eat dessert, even if they eat dessert in moderation. Now, I do understand this whole rebrand of Beachbody to Bodi is all about changing the way that Beachbody promotes themselves. So I think that they need to start looking at the verbiage and what they say, because it can be harmful to people. Emails like this can be harmful to people, so we can only imagine what they say to their actual reps or their actual customers. And at the end of the day, if Beachbody wants to change the way that they are perceived to the public, they need to do more than just change their name to Bodi and change their motto to eat dessert every day. Because when someone actually goes to eat that dessert every day, you're going to tell them that they can't because they should feel guilty for eating actual dessert, and they can only eat dessert with Shakeology to not feel guilty about it because that's actually good for them. So again, I just think that there are issues with the way Beachbody says things, because again, there's nothing wrong with someone having a piece of cake. I will always make this argument. Learning how to eat things in moderation is a thing, and learning how to incorporate desserts into your healthy lifestyle is possible because you can eat dessert. There's nothing wrong with it. Now, this isn't talking about someone who may have a health condition. Maybe you're diabetic, anything like that. I'm not talking about you because you have to fulfill a certain requirement when it comes to the type of food that you eat. I'm just talking about your average Joe that's just walking the street. You should not feel guilty and you should not feel bad for deciding to have a cookie or a piece of cake, or learning how to build a healthy lifestyle around eating your favorite desserts, because I do all of the time. I eat desserts like every week, multiple times a week, and there's nothing wrong with doing that. Okay, email number 3, because a couple days later they sent a third email. Email number 3 says, "Hi blank," and it starts off the same. "My name is Carl. I'm the CEO of Bodi. My preferred title is Chief Health Esteem Officer because we really do care about helping people like you build up health esteem. I just noticed you canceled your Shakeology subscription, so I wanted to reach out. How is your health esteem going? Are you exercising consistently? Are you eating well? How's your mindset? Are you aware of how you're feeling on a day-to-day basis? If you're struggling with any or all of the above, then we'd love to help you build your health esteem routine, because health esteem is about what you can do, not what you can't do. Sometimes that means starting with replacing your daily sweet treat with a healthy superfood dessert like Shakeology. Because again, remember, you can't eat actual dessert because it's just not good for you. And you should feel guilty for doing that, because that's what I'm getting from these emails. They continued with saying, other times that means getting in a consistent but sustainable exercise routine like the programs we host at Bodi digitally. We want to help. And usually when people cancel their Shakeology subscription, that's a signal they're thinking of falling right back into their old habits and way of life. And I don't want that to happen. To make sure we did everything we could to help you not fall off, give up, and go back to what you were doing before, do you mind if we introduce you to a coach? A coach can help you become a Shakeology preferred customer, which gives you a discount that might help you with the pricing. A coach will be able to give you tons of recipes to make your daily superfood dessert delicious, and a coach will hold you accountable to make sure you are getting the most out of your health esteem routine. If you're open to giving things another try and committing to building up your health esteem, starting with a daily superfood dessert, click this link and navigate to the My Coach section of your account and get in touch. All the best, Carl. So I have 3 things to say about this email. Number 1, just because someone cancels Shakeology does not mean that they are going back into their old habits. Again, maybe they just don't want to spend the $130 on a powder, or maybe that person just doesn't want to buy from Beachbody anymore. It could just be that simple. Another thing I found interesting is that Beachbody, with this change to changing their name to Bodi, they also decided to change the reps' names. So before we would know them as coaches, which would have people perceive that they are educated in the field, maybe they are personal trainers, stuff like that. Like the word coach could make people perceive reps as professionals. So they changed the name from coach to partner. But in this email that's happened after Beachbody has changed their name and changed coach to partner, they're still emailing people talking about reps being coaches. And in the email, they're talking about the fact that you can sign up with a coach and they can help you in not falling back into your old habits. So this just shows me that they still present their reps as professionals and as coaches, which again can give people the wrong impression that Beachbody reps are trained fitness coaches when they are not. Another thing that Bodi has changed is they do have what's called a Shakeology preferred customer account now. So Carl did mention that in this email. He said that the person could sign up as a Shakeology preferred customer where they can get a discount on products. So there's a lot more to being a preferred member or having that status than just getting a discount. So yeah, you will be getting a discount of, I think it's 25% on products, but you're going to be forced into paying a preferred member fee, which is $15.95. So if someone does decide to go and become a Shakeology preferred member, what's going to happen is instead of being $130, you're going to be spending around $115. That's because you have that 25% discount, but then you have to add $15.95 onto that for that monthly fee that is automatically taken out of your account. Now that doesn't also include shipping on Shakeology if you become a preferred member and you purchase it. So also keep that in mind. And another thing to keep in mind is that every month after you sign up as that preferred member, you are automatically going to be billed $15.95, even if you're not in need of another Shakeology order, which potentially could have you lose money in the end. Because say you buy Shakeology, become the preferred member to save $15. What happens next month when maybe you didn't run out of Shakeology yet and they still charge you $15.95 for that auto fee of becoming a preferred member? And then say the next month you still don't need Shakeology, they're going to keep charging you for that. So in the end, you potentially could lose out on money. And it is shown that a lot of people forget about auto bills that they have. And I know I have forgotten about them in the past, or my spouse has. And I don't know the stat on that, but a lot of people forget about their auto bills. So in the end, you could lose money depending on how often you're buying Shakeology. So it really depends per person if you're getting a true discount or not on Shakeology. Now, there's one more email. Yes, 4 emails within the span of 1 month post this individual leaving an MLM and canceling her account. This is the final email that she received from them, I believe. Now, there could be more, but this is all she sent me. So it goes, "Hi blank, my name is Carl and I'm the CEO of Bodi, but my preferred title is Chief Health Esteem Officer, and we really do care about helping people like you build up positive health esteem. I just noticed you canceled your Shakeology subscription, so I wanted to reach out. Do you feel like Shakeology isn't working for you? From what we've found talking to customers, there are 2 very clear reasons why some customers feel like Shakeology doesn't work for them, and you might fall into these 2 camps. First, Shakeology is a superfood dessert, which means it should replace your daily sweet treat. How many times do you eat dessert in a week? How many times do you eat dessert per day? One of the most effective ways to use Shakeology is to actually replace your afternoon snack or your after dinner dessert with it. And we have countless recipes to help you make it delicious. If you do nothing but replace your daily sweet treat with the superfood dessert, you will notice a difference in your life. The mistake is when people don't replace their existing dessert. So just like the other email said, as you can see, Beachbody is trying to say that you need to replace your dessert, and if you are not replacing it, that's a mistake that you're making in your life. Second, the hardest part of anything is accountability, and we want to hold you accountable. The other reason people fall out of good habits and revert to bad ones is they struggle to stay in a positive health esteem routine, and we struggle with this, which is why one of the biggest benefits we offer customers is connecting them with a coach to make sure we did everything we could to help you not fall off, give up, and go back to doing what you were doing before. Do you mind if we introduce you to a coach? A coach will help you get a discount on Shakeology, which could help you with the pricing, and a coach will be able to give you the recipes to make your superfood dessert delicious, and a coach will help you stay accountable to make sure you are getting the most out of your health esteem routine. If you're open to giving things another try and committing to building up your health esteem, start with a daily superfood dessert. Click here to navigate to the My Coach section of your account to contact your coach. All the best, Carl." So now, after all of these emails, we can clearly see that Beachbody is promoting the fact that you need to replace your dessert. You can't have dessert because their superfood powder is apparently the only way that you are allowed to eat dessert. And then again, they also mention the connecting you with a coach aspect to helping you stay accountable when again, their reps have no actual certification or education to back them up. They are not fitness trainers, like actually certified trainers. They aren't dietitians that went to college to get that degree and learn and become educated in that and get licensed in being a dietitian. And something I want to point out is a lot of Beachbody reps feel like they can give out advice because Beachbody makes them feel that way. Okay, so I don't know where I left off because my husband came to tell me he's picking up our dog from his exam. But like I was saying, I think this is what I was saying, but Beachbody reps, they feel a lot of the times like they can give advice because the MLM itself is the one that's telling them they can, because the way that Beachbody presents their reps makes them feel like they can give people this kind of advice. So to me, yes, I feel like it is on the reps too, but I more so put the fault towards Beachbody itself for making their reps feel like they can be giving this type of advice or that they can present themselves as coaches and stuff like that. So I, again, think it's a Beachbody problem. And if Beachbody were to tell their reps and fix it and make sure that they don't have these groups where their reps are presented as coaches, then their reps wouldn't be as inclined to present themselves as coaches, which again could make people feel like they are professionals when they are not. So yeah, what do you guys think about those emails? Because that was the last of the email. Again, I think it was wild, that email, or all of them. I just can't even explain it. When I got those, I was like, I need to show y'all just the level that they will go to get you to continue to buy their product. And also not just the level they'll go to, but the things that they say, the language they use, and the things that could be harmful with the rhetoric this company has. So the next MLM fail is actually going to be about a Beachbody super trainer. So as you guys know, Beachbody has super trainers, which are supposed to be people who are actually certified. So they are certified personal trainers, and they work with Beachbody to make programs. So this individual, I would say, is Beachbody's number one super trainer. It is Autumn Calabrese. She does a lot of training on her Instagram, and that's where this video comes from. A lot of the times if people are doing her programs, they will go to her Instagram, they'll follow her, and they'll listen to her advice there. So I feel like it's also important to talk about kind of the things that she's saying there, because I do find issues with her programs. When I go back and I look at the programs that she conducts, I do find issues with them based on my own personal opinions and experience in the fitness like realm. I'm not a professional. I do want to come off with saying that. And a lot of the things I'm saying, I will be saying because I have done my research on them. I will link links down below. And I do have a dietitian's review of the program we're going to be talking about to show someone who is licensed and is a professional and their opinion on it and how their opinion backs up my thoughts about it. The program we're going to be talking about is specifically the 4-week gut protocol. I made a whole entire video on that. Let me see how long ago. It was a long time ago, but I made a video about sneaking into Beachbody's corporate training about their new gut health protocol. And I made that a year ago, over a year ago. So if you guys would like to go and watch that, I give all of the information about the program there. It's an hour-long video, so I will link that down below for y'all. And you can get like actual in-depth information about the program. So the 4-week gut protocol is essentially a program where Autumn helps people find their food sensitivities by cutting out food groups like gluten, dairy, corn, processed food, alcohol, and artificial sweeteners. So in this video, she goes over like the most asked questions she's getting. So as we can see, this is a question she's getting a lot and something that customers are asking about that are going through her program, which I think are important. And again, this is the 4-week gut protocol. It's about food sensitivities. It's not supposed to be about weight loss or anything like that. It's literally a program where you cut out food groups to see how it makes you feel better. That's like the easiest way to explain it, even though the program is way more in depth than that. But let's listen to what she says.
Okay, you guys, one of the questions I'm getting asked the most in regards to 4-week gut protocol and 4 weeks for everybody is, Autumn, how do I know how much food to eat to reach my goals? Y'all, one of the beautiful things about me using my color-coded containers for the 4-week gut protocol is that it takes all of the guesswork out of it. You do not need to count calories. We don't need to count down to the very specific calorie. We can eat within a range. That gives us variety. That gives us flexibility. It takes a lot of the stress away, and it just makes the plan so much easier to follow. Also, I understand there is not a one-size-fits-all way of doing this, and that's why anytime I design a nutrition program, I am giving you multiple ways of doing this based on what your goals are. So we need to know what the 3 main goals are. 1, do you want to lose weight while following 4-week gut protocol? So improving your gas, bloating, indigestion, regularity of your bowel movements, sleep, energy, mood, and so many other things. But you want to lose weight while you do that. That's one option. Do you want to maintain your current weight while doing all of those things? A little note about maintaining your current weight while following 4-week gut protocol. Even if you're eating in maintenance, you sometimes might lose a little bit of weight because when we start to take out those foods that cause a lot of sensitivities for us, we start to get rid of water retention, inflammation. If you're not going to the bathroom regularly and things start flowing regularly, you're getting rid of waste that you've been holding in your body. So that number on the scale might go down a little bit. That doesn't mean that you're not eating enough or you're deprived of nutrients. It's just your body getting rid of things that it doesn't need to be holding on to. And then our third goal is, do you want to build muscle mass? Do you want to put on size? Your muscles get bigger, meaning the number on the scale will go up. So we could have one of those 3 goals. Here's how we're going to figure out what you're going to eat.
Pausing really quickly to say, this program is supposed to be about 2 things, gut health and food sensitivities. That is what her reps and her has promoted this program to be, but now it's supposed to be about weight goal, which doesn't make sense because if your program is the 4-week gut protocol, it's about the foods that you eat and trying to figure out what makes you feel better, like what foods you're eating makes you feel better and being conscious of those things, then like weight goals shouldn't be put into that. And I feel like her putting like weight goals in with this could have like people getting the wrong impression of, oh, they need to cut out these food groups to hit certain weight goals of theirs, which a lot of people don't need to do. A lot of people aren't allergic to gluten or dairy and stuff like that. They don't have to get rid of those things, which a lot of people are. There are a lot of people like me with a gluten allergy. A lot of people who are lactose, which should get rid of that food group so that they can feel better. But there are a lot of people who don't need that. And I feel like this program can be triggering for certain groups of people because she's taking like weight loss and weight gain and stuff and putting it with gut health and finding your food sensitivities, when I feel like they should have nothing to do with each other.
If you want to lose weight, you're going to take your current body weight times 11. That's going to give you your basal metabolic rate. That's basically the calories you burn if you sat on the couch or laid in bed and did nothing all day. That's just what you need to stay alive, okay? So you're gonna do current body weight times 11, and then you're gonna subtract 400 for that. That's taking into account the fact that you're doing the 4 weeks for everybody workout program, and it's gonna put you in a calorie deficit, because if we wanna lose weight, we need to eat in a calorie deficit. Not too big of a calorie deficit, but we do have to be in a little bit of a calorie deficit. If you're looking to maintain your current weight while following 4-week gut protocol and 4 weeks for everybody, you're going to take your current weight times 11. That's it. That's where the formula ends. It's not any harder or more complicated than that. And then if you're looking to put on muscle mass, put on size while you're following 4-week gut protocol and 4 weeks for everybody, you're going to take your current body weight times 11, and then you're going to add 300 to that. And that's going to bump you up a full calorie bracket to make sure that you're eating in a surplus. Because in order to build size and grow muscle, we need to be eating in a calorie surplus. Once you have that number, you go over to the piece of paper in the 4-week gut protocol program that lists the different calorie plans, plan A, B, C, D. And it's going to tell you how many different color-coded containers you get in a day. It's going to be a ton. You're going to be well-fed, well-fueled, and you're going to feel amazing. But that's how we figure out how much food we get to eat while following the 4-week gut protocol program to still hit our goals.
Okay, so the main thing I want to talk about is her saying if you want to lose weight, take your body weight times 11 for maintenance and subtract 400 to be in a calorie deficit. I feel like I do find a lot of issues with the 4-week gut protocol, but I find even more issues with the way that Beachbody has people calculate their calorie intake. I do find an issue with that because we're going to use me as an example. If I took my weight and I multiplied it by 11 and then I subtracted 400, I would be sitting at 1,250 calories. That is 1,250 calories for I'm about to be 26, so 26-year-old woman who is pretty active, does workouts multiple times a week, goes to class, does a lot of walking, eats relatively healthy. That's not going to be enough. 1,250 calories is the amount that is normally needed for a child, not a grown adult. And this program isn't, and not even just this program, all of Beachbody. I have not seen one program that does this properly. The issue that these programs have is they are not taking into account age, gender, height, and activity level, which is so important for doing your calorie intake or, calculating everything. So age, gender, height, activity level, all of those things will make a difference in how many calories you should be eating in order to lose weight, maintain your weight, or to gain muscle mass. So because I'm using myself as an example, their plan put me at 1,250 calories. Now, I have reached out to a dietitian in the past. I've hired them. I have gone through, my age, activity level, like all of that stuff. And I have figured out, based on what they told me, what my calorie intake should be based on my consultations with an actual dietitian. And she put me at 1,750 calories for a proper calorie deficit. And that's because way more things go or should go into consideration when you are trying to reach goals that have to do with your weight or muscle mass. Looking at that difference of like 1,200 calories to 1,700, I would probably be starving if I tried to go on a diet that was 1,250 calories. I would not be able to actually make any progress where I want to make progress if I'm starving myself. So I think this is really scary, like depending on who's following this program or this plan. I also find it scary because what happens when someone does, sign up and they're a customer and then they end up reaching out to their Beachbody coach and asking them questions like, hey, I'm hungry, should I eat more? Or they're asking any questions related to having an issue with their calorie bracket or where they land for the program. What are their Beachbody reps supposed to say to them? Are the reps going to give advice about the calorie bracket and how many calories that person should be eating without the proper education to do so? And this is why, in my opinion, MLMs that are around fitness can be really harmful. So I do want to read a dietitian's review of this program. This dietitian decided to buy the program. She didn't actually do the program herself because she said it could be triggering for her, but she did go through the whole entire program and review it, the good and the bad. Now I want to read the portion of her review where she talks about the calorie bracket. So let's read it. It says, the find your calorie bracket situation. And here the tide changes. One of the pre-program videos is all about your calorie budget. This gut health program is being sold as a way to figure out your intolerances and help your gut. I'm not sure what weight loss has to do with any of that, since science hasn't yet figured out if or how the gut is linked to weight in any way. Without a doubt, one of the focuses of the gut protocol is weight loss, even if Beachbody wants to make it seem like it's all about gut health. Here's how Autumn introduces this part of the program. Quote, "You probably have a few goals with the gut protocol, but in order to make sure we're eating the right amount of all the delicious, yummy food that we get to have, we also need to decide if one of our goals is to lose weight, maintain our current weight." My comment is why? Why couldn't people do this program and not even consider weight? Think about it. How is weight loss relevant to figuring out your intolerances? Are we less likely to have intolerances if we lose or maintain our weight? What's the connection here? And then she quotes another aspect of the gut health protocol that says, quote, "When you start following the protocol, you might drop a few pounds no matter what, even if your goal is to maintain weight, because we're eating in such a healthy way that when we start putting all this healthy food in, inflammation calms down. Typically, the number on the scale goes down," end quote. Okay, less inflammation does not equal weight loss. This is not a thing. I have to think that the weight loss angle makes the program more marketable to more people. That's a shame. The calorie budget I ended up with was the most shocking part. Autumn tells us to multiply our current weight by 11 to get our baseline calorie needs. Then for weight loss, subtract 400 from that number. No, there's no differentials for gender, activity level, or age. My calorie budget for weight loss came in at, oh my gosh, that's so low, at 1,118. That's less than what a toddler needs. Even the woman who was used as a demo at 160 pounds only gets 1,360 calories a day. That's extremely low. If we want to maintain our current weight, she advises not to subtract 400 calories. Mine would be 1,518, which is still far below what's healthy for me. Then she starts talking about portion fix calorie brackets and how many of which containers we get to have, that we aren't going to be deprived during the 4 weeks, and that we get one yellow container swap, aka treat a week. This sort of verbiage is troubling. Sorry, we don't get to have a certain amount of containers. We aren't allowed a certain amount of calories. We should be able to eat. One yellow container a week for treats isn't a healthy way to look at food. And did I mention that if she's so concerned about the effect of stress on the microbiome, why isn't she talking about the stress of low-calorie dieting? She says, track your containers. Eating all the containers is important, and it's also important that you don't eat more containers than you're allotted for. Remember, we're practicing portion control. Wait, how does portion control play into gut health? How many times am I going to ask the same question? And then she goes into talking about the meal plan that kind of fit the bracket that she falls into. Now, all in all, I have found after digging into this program, reading up on dietitians' reviews, my personal experience, that this program can be wildly inaccurate and triggering for certain groups of people, especially if we talk about the calorie aspect of things. With that, having a program for trying to help people with food sensitivities or gut health, I think should be done by a professional, not a random online program. Now, with that being said, before I end this MLM Fails, I thought that we would actually go down to the bottom where this dietitian reviewed the whole entire program, the good and the bad, and I kind of wanted to read that for y'all to conclude. So the good things about the program, she says, is 30 different plants per week is a good goal. Diversity of plants may help our microbiome thrive. This goal may be difficult for someone who doesn't have access to a wide variety of foods, either because of finances, cooking experience, or location. Focusing on sleep and stress levels is also important. The program should have done more on these things, including recognizing that low-calorie diets can be a significant source of stress for people. And the last thing she said was good about the program is some of the recipes look delicious. She's 100% going to be trying the fermented blueberries. And here's the list of bad things about the program. That is her opinion. She says, this is a weight loss diet. Weight loss has nothing to do with gut health. And the fact that the 4-week gut protocol is sold solely as a program to figure out your intolerances and help your gut is misleading in her opinion. It's also misleading to suggest in a roundabout way that gut health improves as we lose weight. We don't know that yet because science isn't definitive on it. Measuring food in little cups is diet behavior. It's also annoying AF and unnecessary. Vegan Shakeology tastes like garbage. Most people probably don't need digestive enzymes, which is actually like a product they sell with the program because they say that you need it. She also said there's a lot lot of cross promotion to inspire brand loyalty. It's a bit yucky. She said the calorie budget she got was outrageously low, period. Also, calorie budget equals diet, not lifestyle. The reintroduction process is a bit confusing. The food chewing thing is disordered, highly concerning. What food chewing thing? Okay, I went up to see her review about the food chewing thing. Apparently, Autumn says that when you take the time to chew, you break food down better and allow enzymes in your saliva to help start breaking down food as well. When you take time to chew, it also slows you down when you eat, which allows you time to recognize that you're full. One piece of common advice is to chew food 32 times before swallowing. So you're telling people to count how many times they chew? So she does also, in that part of her review, link a psychologist and like the psychology behind doing what Autumn is asking you to do, which is not going to help you but can actually harm you. Oh my gosh, I did not know that there was anything to do with that in this program. Anyways, that is highly concerning. And then lastly, she says, above all else, if you have gut issues, looking to MLMs and MLM coaches for answers isn't recommended. Although this program was developed with doctors and dietitians, you're getting information from Beachbody coaches with minimal to no training or experience in the science of gut health or immunology. Wow. I have nothing to say, but what? The chewing thing caught me off guard. That caught me off guard. So with that being said, this ended up being like a lot longer than I thought it would be going over this. So I'm going to end it here. Let me know what y'all think about this Beachbody dedicated MLM fails. If you made it this far, leave sunglasses emoji in the comments below. I only said that because I seen my working glasses. Don't forget to leave a like and a comment and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. And I will see you guys in next week's videos. Hello you guys and welcome to today's video. I am so excited. No, that is not what I say. They need to do more than just change their name or their motto or they don't. And they're talking about, you know, the thing about being a preferred customer is the fact that, so at the end of the day, if we do the math and you get, So at the end of the day, if you go, in my opinion, based on my own experience beaching in MLM, that's like the gut health program is being sold as a way to figure out your intolerant. This gut health program is being sold as a way to figure out your gut intolerances. Oh my God, no, it's not gut intolerances, it's intolerance and gut health.